Right, quick audio check. Toast and butter, one side toast, batch loaf Irish butter. Right, first up is Bonfire Peaks. Let me just get the details. See what I'm reading from. Here we go. Right. It's Bonfire Peaks is available on both PS4 and PS5 as well as PC. Steam on PC. It's a puzzle game about closure by Corey Martin and published as well as co-produced by Draknek, creator of A Monsters Expedition and Cosmic Express. Navigate expertly designed puzzles in a breathtakingly lovely voxel-based world. Filler content has been torn away to create a perfectly fine-tuned experience filled with rich, rewarding challenges and surprising new mechanics. That's pretty much all that the synopsis really says for now. So look at the credits. Here we go. There's designed by Corey and Alan. Music. Here we go. Yeah. Right, so we're moving on to our next first look. This one is called 8874. What's it say? Climactic. Each scroll in our history plot intermingles with Slavic legends, Second World War, and paranormal activity. Solve complex puzzles, do some platforming, interact with various characters, discover their unclear motives, and be a part of the dark and forgotten mystery. Sounds ominous. Yeah, that. Assuming it's going to even start for us. Oh, let's be doing something. You can move, you can jump. Rusty kerosene lamp. Know this place, but it seems different. Alien almost. Ouch. This is an interesting concept. I've never seen one quite like this before. Night light by. It's been loud about him. That seems like it's the wrong English sentence. Or wrong translation. It makes no sense in English. That actually looks like they've actually used someone's real face and then meshed it onto a model. Whoa, what is that? That's not Will of the Wisp anyway. Oh, they have to turn off the music again. Oh no, let me just mute. There we go. What we got here? Historical board. Path runs along the river gorge in a nature reserve, which is part of the landscape park. The castle has its central point. Path connects the two neighbouring cities. In the 19th century, it was the site of beautiful and abundant bridges connecting shores and rocks, pavilions, bizarre passages through rocks, breaches, hermitage hidden romantically in the trees. Let's move on. Old flashlight. Okay. Seems that it serves some other purpose than merely illuminating. But let's remember that its operation is limited in time. Okay, Good on. That's cool. Almost like a sonar emitter built in. What have you found now? More night lights. That looks like an ogre. Or a hill throw. Another evil looking will-o'-the-wisp. Some obstacles are more difficult to overcome. Sometimes we have to put in more effort to overcome them. Things can get much easier with the higher jump. A quick double press. Ouch. Is that not quick enough? Oh. Maybe that was meant to happen. Yeah, that looks like it was intentional. Although this looks like we've been here before. Okay, so the house looks like it's a midway station when you're respawning after you die. Watch this. Oh, come on. Did I wait too long on the second tap, or is that what happened? Yeah, I think so. Looks that way. Oh, I was not expecting that to happen. I didn't even know I needed to avoid it, because I thought it was just a metaphor or a metaphysical thing. Oh, that's weird. That looks like us when we were last here. Right. Let's jump the bridge this time. Yay! We spam that button like no one's business. Oh, that can't be good. Oh, not quicksand. I was about to... Okay. Pushing a battery operated TV. Ah, nice. Not falling trip for that again. I have to say, it's quite an interesting concept, and the level of detail of the level itself is Very good. Don't we need to know what the code is? How are we supposed to know what the code is? Do we have a inventory or a for some reason there's no escape menu options. Three, 5, 6, 1, 9. Should we not have found this code first or something? I don't remember. See. Oh, wait a minute. Can we not access the stuff that we've read? Let's press many buttons to see. No. Was there no escape menu option? There's no inventory, there's no journal, that which, what I can tell, there's no journal. How are we supposed to know what the number is? Unless it was in one of those notes. Does that mean we have to go back and find all those notes again? Well, we'll at least go back and find first last note. Ooh, nice. Oh, no, 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 no. Keep running. Not dealing with that thing again. Roll hasn't come back. There's nothing in the background with numbers on it that I can see either. Ah, here we go. No, there's nothing, no numbers in that. Right, any numbers on this? Nope. Nothing there either. I wonder, do we need to activate that torch near it that might highlight something? Would that be it? Is the torch meant to highlight something nearby that has the number on it? Nicely done. Nothing actually there. Oh, hold on. Thing on the tree. Oh, have we found something? No. Now it's down here. Oh, what's this? Remember the padlock option. I've hidden it in this letter. Eight 82537. 82537. How do we jump up? 82537. Ah, really? Come on. Eight 2, 5, 3, 7. 82537. 82537. There we go. Music CD. Why is he making a swing for me instead of just saying hello? What's that about? Giant's Rock. Everything's freezing over. Seem to like the light. Or is that just my imagination? Okay, I don't know how we're getting past this thing. By waiting, apparently. Even one of the miners. Oh, fine. Hmm. Signpost on a fell 3. Devil's Bridge. Definitely sounds like the name of a Nazi encampment. Oh crap. I didn't realize that was so close. Maybe I should have turned on the torch. And when we get up here, turn on the torch before we do the jump. It also looks at the timing, because he's in a different position now. Castle complex located in the district of that in that fossils. I'm not going to pronounce these names because I'm going to butcher them. So what is that? That looks like a trap. No, maybe not. A drone. C64. Any chance is your name Commodore 64? Lol, let's see. This might help. That does not sound good. We need for it to move. There we go. More mud. Oh, okay. We did not see that coming. I don't think we could have seen that coming, to be fair. As we found Commodore 64. Can we duck? Oh yeah, we can. And it has just saved. Oh, what did we find? Another lock. Another lock and no clue for the lock yet. That's fine. Jump up. Cross. We'll probably find a clue. Alright, and then have to come back. Oh, come on, I had crouched. At least I think I had. Pressing the button. Huh. That's it. Interesting. It's not a glitch. Might appear to be a glitch. There's something there. There's a door there. Spooky lady. That's not harmless. Mushrooms that we probably shouldn't eat. Okay, so that way it's just closed off, it seems. Need to wait for it to dissipate. Yeah, there it is. Those crimson specters must be multiples, not just one. Published in 1976. Oh, did I just try to speak to us? Not dissipating. Come on, go away. I want to run past. See, I can't run. Oh. Oh, it did move. I was not expecting that. It doesn't normally move like that. Oh well. Now is a great time to move on to our next game. One moment. That ends our first look on that one. So that's intermission. Stick back on the music. Moment. Oh yes, the next one is Planet Zoo. We've actually had new content. It's not actually technically a new game because it originally came out early. I think it might have been early access in 2019, but they've sent me a key for the game and it looks like it's had new content and updates. I've never actually seen or played it before, but we're going to dive into that one now. Build a world for wildlife in Planet Zoo from the developers Planet, Coaster and Zoo Tycoon comes the ultimate zoo simulator. Powered by Cobra. Never heard of that one. Planet Zoo. Who's one step away from experience the world of Planet Zoo? First, you create an avatar of yourself to represent your amazing creations. Look at this one. Okay, heads. Oh, they even sound and react like what's that other game? The Sims. That reminds me. Emerald green for the Irishman. Very swanky. Place your avatar HQ. This is where other players will see your avatar and access any zoos or blueprints you have shared. You can drag or rotate below. Achievement unlocked. Welcome to Planet Zoo. Right. First steps. Goodwin House. No, I should take it on easy.
Hematu. Yeah, Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person. I'm Bernard, although I insist you call me Bernie. The only person who calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets. As you know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything off. Don't worry, though. I'm not completely throwing you into the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire. Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on. But before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals. We'll start by popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
Right, let's say explore zoo, locate the grizzly bear habitat. Where do I look down? Ah, there we go. Then zoom in.
Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year? Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too. Select one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel. This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Go ahead, Nancy.
See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it. Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Okay, West African lion habitat.
Panthera leo leo, or the West African lion to you and me. Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride, although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome, which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Oh, okay, there it is.
As you can see, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something. Well,
Animals.
2 somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Okay, animal trading.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants. When you adopt an animal, it's automatically placed in the trade center, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home? When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade center, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade center's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action. Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible. Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat.
Is that a cleaner or is that...
assured by a person of good standing
Oh.
that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health. Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy. You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember.
Enrichment.
You can always check the Zoopedia for more information. Let's start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl. Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare. Oh, nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now, our
Nice.
contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a pharaoh's state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Okay, I see the wall is unfinished.
Before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner. Ah, that's more like
Right.
it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it. Right, let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier. Good work! Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now,
Yes,
you've
Nancy.
probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
then click glass or in the browser to stop it. But it's already glass, isn't it?
There we go.
Oh, right.
Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them. Now, before we adopt our ostriches, you should click the play button. After all, if the game's paused,
Hold on, Nancy. We're not done putting in the glass walls.
Tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh?
Outside placement area. No, it's not. Nancy, why can't we see the glass barriers?
By the way, as well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button. It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here.
So animal trading. 1. Center zoo. Drop them in there. Oh. Where is the... How are we missing, yeah, center zoo.
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Okay, beds and shelters, food and water. Feeding station. Why is feeding station not showing up? Food bowl, yeah, that's a feeding station. Bronze award unlocked.
Oh, good to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run
Bernie
at
sounds a lot
43
like
miles per hour?
that
Heaven
Irish
forbid they
actor
ever
from
escape.
Boyle,
The
County
speed
Roscommon,
camera fines alone would
that
bankrupt
some of
us.
you would know as Roy from the IT crowd.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did you do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals. so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
So what it's not telling me, hold on, oh, keeper huts.
You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Hold down Z. There we go.
This keeper hut only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness.
Aren't they silly?
In case that wasn't clear. Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
We shall.
The reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off. Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective then. Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Okay.
Righty, your next job is to build a habitat from scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So go ahead and build it. Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier.
Right.
And make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Resistance grade. Going to glass on 3 sides. Right, now, gates.
Now, Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think? The way we'll do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode. Great.
Okay.
Now highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool. Now you've got all of the perimeter selected, you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters. Now that the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas. We need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch. Okay, that's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
Ah, so that's why you need to leave a bit of a gap. Right, so adopt tigers. Wow, these are expensive. Trade center, relocate, zoo.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Okay, so that would be... Oh.
This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Water.
Yes, that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat? Okay, it's really starting to take shape. Now,
Shelter.
the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat, so they can hide from the guests, or more likely, the bad weather. Although, given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Okay, what now? Nancy? Nancy? Did you leave me on my own in the line at habitat? Hopping. Nancy? What happened to Nancy? Oh, that doesn't look Hold on, is there a way to select that? Yeah, there is. Polish that for a second. Habitat. What happened to Nancy? I want to switch that wall to be another entrance.
Oh, poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
Okay.
Rightio. Click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or less of in this habitat.
And the soil is an arid.
Okay then, open the terrain editing tool, select painting, and give them some more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Yeah, when you say more soil, what do you mean? I don't think it's working, Nancy. Maybe it is. Needs more grass. Wait a minute. How do you said more soil? So which is it? Needs more grass, short. That not contradict what it... Okay. Fine. I don't know how that worked.
They say the good fences make good neighbors. I guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger.
Scenario unlocked.
Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave. Even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
Right, let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
Rightio. Okay, locate the highlighted area.
Now then, just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese.
Yes,
Expand
I
the
heard
social
the dad
welfare,
joke
and
you
we can
just
get a
made.
bit more detail.
Adopt and place 3 new Indian peafowls. Oh, hold on, what's this? And social welfare.
Now, they've clearly got plenty of space, and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong.
Too few adults and juveniles.
Right, as you can see, the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls. Off you pop to the animal market then.
Did we select zoo?
Good work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her. Just like people, animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy. You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you? This will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
No, barrier. Okay, right done. I think it's done. Open temperature view mode. Where is temperature view mode? Oh, let's pause that for a sec.
Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot. Even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat. But let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Okay.
As you can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered. You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them. It'll take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopards' terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's make that happen.
Noisy trucks going past. Okay, which is by doing what? Increase the average habitat species overall welfare to 90%. Temperatures to what? Let me unpause. There we go. Temperature is train welfare. Train. Oh, wait a sec. Is it painting snow angels? It is.
Well then, all of that should give you a pretty good understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats. That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic. Now, to quickly see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Zoo management.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I think it's fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training with flying colours.
Wait, that's only the first part?
But we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
Grab your passport. What?
Sounds like you've got the whole zoo purring away nicely. Well, purring, grunting, screaming, booming. All the appropriate noises. I guess I was right to hire you, huh? Don't tell her I told you, but Nancy wasn't sure you'd even last the morning. So, we're happy this is working out. And Nancy owes me a foxy coffee. As strange as it seems, considering we just met, when I look at you, I feel like you're the child I never had. After the one I did have,
Steady on.
obviously. But you see, zookeeping's not for my daughter. Don't get me wrong. Emma absolutely loves animals, but she set her sights somewhat higher. Wants to save the entire planet. I'll just settle for saving a couple of species. Oh, and maybe having a type of frog named after me.
Okay, so Eliza is complaining about not having... Oh, hold on. Has that changed? A hard shelter. What does that look like when it's placed? Oh, right. Hmm. Looking at something. Large cash. Well, to me it would be that, but it looks too big for the area trying to put it into, unless we could scale it down. There's no way to. I can't really see the boundaries properly. What crowding issues? There's no one here with you. Oh, it's Cub. I was looking at the wrong animal. There you go. Now she's sorted. All green. How could I get out of this heat map? Yes, there we go. Get out of that. Right. About that passport. What we do now? How do we trigger that? Our Zoopedia. Done for testing and leaving the zoo. Okay. Cleanliness, disease risk. Where is the cleaning and risks disease? Okay. So how do we do that? Facilities. Right, bear me one moment. Right. Just had to do a quick bathroom break there. Right. So we need to figure out how to get the cleaners in there. Oh, hold on. That is getting cleaned up by the looks of it. Or maybe not. Blueprints. Workshop. Is it a workshop we're looking for, or are we looking for something else? There's a cleaner going in, I think. Cleaning ring. Cleaning ring. We said twins. Nope, make that triplets. Timberwolf. And there's a lemur about to. Peak. Is that a peak? I don't know what they call them, peafans. I thought they were called peacocks, but maybe that's just a category. There we go. It's darker feathers on the. Right. The view of the Indian people from here is not great at all. I mean, the view's not great. Edit barrier. Like, what else are we supposed to do? Like, just had an idea. How practical it is now is another thing. I wonder. We have a section down the middle. Hmm. Being too short. Not my fault that the other one's too long. You won't let me shorten it. Can we get them out of there? No, we can't, can we? That section there, yes. But how can we get the animals out of the section so that we can make it public only? Can we put in gates somewhere else? Guest gate, habitat gate, back airlock. Glass track here, look. That looks big. Animal has escaped. Find it and call vet. How has it? Has anything escaped in this place? Constructed by what? Nothing there. Oh no, hold on. Why did... no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh crap. Oh crap. How did that happen? How do we undo that? How do we undo before they come back? Chain link grade 4. Whew. Panic over. I think. They're out. Oh, it looks like they are getting caught, but back in. Can I click on them? Yeah. That one just got blow darted into a into a box. That's it now. Where are you going with that box? Wait. Where did he disappear to? That was funny. Okay, now the public should be able to walk through here. Construction, start paths. Yes, but how do you actually do an actual construction path? What's this? Roof. Hold on. Okay. Apparently they don't call them paths. What about pavement? No. That'd be too easy. Oh, hold on. There's paths. Facing paths. Okay. Well, I suppose we could demolish. Back to paths now. Not obstruct it. There's nothing there to obstruct it. What's obstructing it? Oh, wait. Hold on a sec. Not obstructed. Is it these that need to get moved somehow? Hold on. Let me... Ah yes, we can do this. We need to do the same on the other end. No, where did that come from? Right. Now set up a path. See, now you can get closer to the peafowl, or whatever you want to call them. Come out of there for a second. Back to habitat. Where is the no barriers, gates? We stick that in there. Not telling me why I can't add it though. Wow, don't remove that fence, whatever you do. Is it because of the distance between the path and the fence is too much? No, that shouldn't matter. Hold on, can we? Yes, we can. Put it to about there. Now try it. You know, not really telling us why. There we go. Get please. Yeah. There we go. This is probably way too big. What kind of feeding bowls do they have actually? Oh, they do have one. What is this? Food bowl large and a slow feeder. Or quarantine area is full. Where do we find that? Oh, there it is, sprinkler. Enrichment is only partially covering food species enrichment. Insufficient food enrichment is being provided. Really? Just provide loads. Slow feeder. In. Okay, insufficient hard shelters available to cover all. Tickets are underpriced. So you're saying I should put up the price? Okay, hold on a sec. Where's the price of these tickets? Bring that down and bring that up to 51. Copy that and then put in large bedding. Oh, what happened now? Quarantine full staff queuing. Okay, how do we... increase the capacity? Or add another, I should say. What if we put in a path and then another building? Come on. Right, that should be it. Right, now. Building, construction. Facilities, quarantine. You. Oh, here we go. Small, large. Quarantine, large, 9,000. What's the difference between that and... Maybe we should move that back further so that this one can be expanded. Is that the same? No, that's two different buildings. Right, shouldn't be any queuing problems now. Animal Trade Center. Can we make a bigger one of those? Yeah, I could go there. No, I don't want to edit the... Oh, these are grouped, aren't they? Yeah, demolish and put in the animal trade center. Hold on, pause. Facilities. Trade. We needed to demolish something else. Invalid destination. What? Destination not set. Oh, here we go. They're moving that box. Yes, they are. Under quarantine. Already complete. Right, can we move you down to your... We're up. Turn you to your habitat. That one's still under quarantine, it looks like. Research center. Wait, was that not a... I thought those were trade centers. Uh-oh. We may have derped. Quarantine pass. Yeah, we've done that one. Turnboat. Yeah. Okay. Right, we're going to leave that there for our first look. Right, intermission. Right, let's see what's next. We've done that. Yes. It did 7.4 demo. Anvil. It was one we couldn't do because it wasn't loading. Couldn't redeem it properly. Let me just check and see if there's any. Well, he's pending it. I haven't redeemed yet. Sometimes I get stuff sent and I don't even know what's there. Oh yeah, it was shelter manager. For some reason it wasn't showing up. Anyway. Right. We can do a bit of Battlefield or probably the thing lately that we've done a little bit of. That was quite good. We could have to see a bit of Warzone maybe, or I haven't gone back to Starbase. Issues I was having with that one, but we'll wait till there's a few updates before we go back to it. Or actually, you know, we'll actually leave it there for now. Yeah, quickly go to break after 3 hours. But yeah, thanks for watching. We will split this out into our own first look videos as well. Cheers for now.